At the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to make images spin with the click of a button and all by themselves. Stay tuned for more. Hello and welcome back to another Thunkable tip. In this one, what we're going to do is take a look at how to make images rotate by themselves in conjunction with the clock component. So the first thing to do is to familiarize ourselves with the image component. We can change the height and the width. We can set those to be pixel values or percentage values. And another property then that we can change is the picture property. So I've already uploaded some images, and a little bit later on I'm going to show you where to get these from. But at the moment what we've got is a white image on a white background. So if we move over to screen 1, what we can do then is change the background color to blue. Now it's easier to see. We've got two images here, checked and unchecked. So these are from our toggle image video. Alright, so the other property here that we're interested in is the rotation angle. So we've set it to 45 degrees. We don't see it in the designer, so we need to go over to the live test. So that's what I have open in my other tab there. Let's set it to another value, try 15 degrees. Let's go back to our live preview, and it's a slightly shallower angle. So what we can do then, reset the whole thing, change it back to 0. If you're doing this manually, you just have some button. Every time the button is clicked, you'd move it to a different angle. I quite like that there. If you like watching these videos as much as I like making them, don't forget to hit on the subscribe button there to see more in the future. So where did I get those icons from? Well, what I did is I went to material.io/icons. This is a great resource that Google provide for free for all Android developers, for all developers in general. And if we're going to have a rotating image, I want something that's kind of circular, something that's going to spin around nicely. So the one I found here is called Auto Renew. I can get the SVG or the PNG, and it gets a whole load of different sizes in a zip file. So what we'll do is we'll unzip those in our computer. We've got this one IC icon, auto renew like this, and it's got all different sizes and stuff there. And what I like to do is I like to rename them. So this one is just called autorenew.png. We click upload like that. Let's take one more look at that then. So we go to select our file, make sure that everything has been unzipped ahead of time. So back in my downloads, I've got this Sunny icon. We go into Android, and I've got sunny.png renamed here. So the default name is ic_web_sunny, like that. So sunny.png is, I think it's just easier to work with. And by default then they'll have a rotation angle of 0, and we can use the picture property to change them over like that. Great, okay. So let's start making this rotate all by itself. To do that, go to the sensors palette and drag and drop in a clock. So that's a non-visible component. And we'll change the timer interval. Rather than being 1000 milliseconds, we'll make it a smaller number, so I've gone for 50. In the blocks then, the clock1.timer, that's the event that happens every time the clock ticks. So every 50 milliseconds, that's what we've set our timer interval to be, we're going to change the rotation angle. So this is very similar to what we had way back in one of our first tutorials when we were creating our incrementer. We're going to get the value of the rotation angle at the moment, and we're going to increase or increment it by a small amount. In this case, 1 degree. Now, every 50 milliseconds, it's a really nice smooth rotation there, and the whole thing kind of spins around. Looks really good. So if you liked learning these, how to make images rotate in this tutorial, don't forget to click on the like button. So it doesn't have to just be the auto renew. What we could do, of course, is we could use other images. Let's use sunny.png. Let's take a look at that when it's spinning around. So something like anything kind of circular, or a gear icon or something like that. They look really good as well. Could be a kind of a waiting image, waiting dialogue. Now, it doesn't have to be circular either. Let's have a look at the checked.png, and we're able to make that spin as well. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments section below. I answer all the questions that people ask. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial.